My baby cousin Matthew was born very, very sick, to the point where he needed liver, kidney, heart, and bone marrow transplant. And it was very hard to deal with because he was just a sick little newborn for many, many months, and we couldn't do anything about it. And eventually he passed away, and it was very, very sad. And now I know deep down that all of that could be prevented, and it made me very sad. My name's Abby Van Horsen, and I truly believe that if the U.S. changed from an opt-in situation with organ donation to an opt-out situation, then Matthew would still be here today. With that, an opt-out gives you lots of benefits. It will give us more donors. You can get out of donating an organ. And then also other countries do this, and they're doing it very successfully. Many people's lives are saved, and I think that's a huge benefit. So I think that this is a great solution for us, and I think that we should pursue on becoming an opt-out situation. Going furthermore on getting more donors, the U.S. is in desperate need of them, and I think that this is a great way to get more donors. John Eflin, who's a researcher and expert on health and pharmaceuticals for Statistica, wrote a number for organ donations in the U.S. from 1988 to 2019. In that article, he states in 2018, there were 17,569 organ donors in the country. There are over 120,000 people in the country waiting for an organ transplant. So this means there's less than 7% of people on the donors list who receives an organ. And I think that's kind of ridiculous, because I know if we make that switch, there will be more donors. And it might not be all of them, but it's a lot better than 7%. And this number needs to get raised. There's a study in a Michigan Health Lab by Nicole Castle-Moore that under the ideal circumstances, it might have been decreased the wait list by 52% if the U.S. turns into an opt-out situation. That is great. That is just the statistic I wanted to talk about. That is over half of of the amount of people. I know it's not all, but that is amazing that over half of the wait list is removed of waiting. That is exactly what we need in the U.S. right now. Now, you don't have to fear. You don't have to become a donor. I know you'll automatically be one, but there's ways out of it, and that is okay. There are religious reasons, just beliefs, or just desires if you don't want to be one. That is okay. But there are steps you have to follow. Some religious beliefs could include Buddhism, Hinduism, Shinto. There's a lot of different ones. Finger Lakes Donor Recovery Network iterates in the article Religion and Organization that Buddhism believes that organ and tissue donation is a matter that should be left to an individual's conscience, and that it will vary on the point of what they believe for themselves, but it's not as strict as others, and they are open-minded. So that's good. So with that, when they're labeled, the Buddhisms are labeled as being religious and might not do it, well, maybe a lot of them will. So we don't have to assume that religion, because I know there's a lot more religions that are very strict about how they feel. What's also statistic is that when an organ donor dies, the doctor still has to ask the family for permission in order to donate their organs. So that is a positive. They always have to ask. Xing Lucy Shi states in the article, family members could also revoke consent after the person dies. And the doctors have to consult with the family before removing any of the organs, and declared brain dead is the key. And so that's good that they are really getting out there and following through with the family. So let's say that that person for religious beliefs or didn't want it. never went to the government and told them that he didn't want to be, the family still has time to tell. So that's great. And you don't have to worry about that at all. Another great thing about the opt-out situation is that other countries manage on doing this, and they're doing fantastic. Some of the innovative countries that had the opt-out situation are Austria, Croatia, Spain, and Belgium. The statistics of organ donation and opt-in and opt-out countries are drastically different from one another. Spark Solutions, on an online library of scientifically tested catalogs created by Stanford University, they discovered in these so-called opt-out countries, more than 90% of people donate their organs. That is exactly what we want. That is amazing how 90%, only 10% say no. We barely have any donors already in the US. So imagine if 90% of us said yes. That is going to save many, many lives here for us. And also, Germany is trying to get out of their opt-in situation right now. They're just like us, but they're really fighting for it. And so that's also good that another country is trying to manage. In conclusion, this will save more lives if we change from opt-in to an opt-out situation. There will be more donors, and it won't be super structured. Like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but you do have to go to the government. And other countries are very successful with this. And by the end of this presentation, another name will be added to the donor list. And it is very sad. Also, well, another 20 die every day, and I really want to stop this. And you can prevent this. And I hope on this journey we can fight for organ donations to be required for the U.S. as an opt-out situation. Thank you and have a great day.